Hello, this is Christina. This is the first part of my video demonstration for static web hosting with AWS. This diagram shows the services that we're going to be using to have a fully functioning website in AWS by the end of the second video demonstration. These services are Amazon S3, Amazon Route 53, Amazon CloudFront, and we will also be using AWS Security Hub to monitor the security status for our services. For the first part, I will walk you through how to register and manage your domain on Route 53 and set up and configure an S3 bucket. First, go to AWS portal. That would be portal.aws.amazon.com. You will then be redirected to this page. If you have an existing account, you can just sign in with your email address. Otherwise, you can create a new AWS account by clicking this button. Since I have set up an AWS account, we can start to set up our Route 53. On the upper part, services, and then there's a search bar. You can look for Route 53. As you can see here, I already have a registered domain, which is intp362-lcd.net. But if you want to register a new domain, go to register domain, and in the search bar, type the domain that you want to register. For example, Dua Lipa, and I would choose .net. And then check for availability. Right now it says dualipa.net is not available. So, and we're going to see suggested domains here at the bottom. For example, I'm going to choose aldualipa.com and I'm going to hit add to cart. On the right side, you can see the domain and you have an option to register it for a year or more. 1 year would cost us $12 and that's what I'm going to choose for this demo. Hit continue. And then on this page, it will ask you for contact information such as your name, email, phone number, address, and your zip code. Under privacy protection, enable privacy protection. And then hit you. On the next page, you get a chance to review your contact information. And when you scroll down a little bit, it will show you an option to automatically renew your domain. For mine, I disable this option as I do not want to keep renewing it. And then check agree to terms and condition and hit complete order. I'm not going to continue to complete order as I already have a domain registered. And now I just want to go back to my Route 53 dashboard. When you register a domain and it's in progress, you will get an email that your registration is in progress. And you can find pending request under this section. And once it's registered, about an hour later, you will receive an email confirming the domain registration. Then you will find your domain under registered domains. AWS would also create a hosted zone for our registered domain. This is my domain name. And if I'm going to click my hosted zone, I can find here my SOA or start of authority and for authoritative and name servers. Amazon recommends that we do not add, change, or delete the name servers that they have created for us. Now that we have a registered domain, we can move on to creating our S3 bucket. On services, look for S3, and we're just going to use the first option. S3 is where we will store our web content, such as our HTML files, images, videos, if we have any. We'll go to S3. And this will be Amazon S3 dashboard. On the right side, click Create Bucket. And we're going to name our bucket INTP 362-LCD for this video. For AWS region, it by default it shows Canada Central for me, and I'm going to leave it as is. Leave ACLs disabled and block all public access, but later we're going to change that. For bucket versioning, I like to enable that. And of course, enable encryption and create bucket. Now that we have a bucket, we can upload our files. So I have here a single page website that I created last semester, and I'm just going to open that in File Explorer. Here I have the HTML file and a folder called images, which contain my images. First, we can go to our S3 bucket and then upload a file. So we can click upload, and then we can just drag and drop index.html. And then we are going to add a folder, and that would be our images folder. Upload, and then hit upload. Go back to our S3 bucket, and now we can see that we have an index.html file and our images folder. So what's next? Right now, this bucket is not configured for static web hosting. To enable web hosting, go to Properties, and then scroll to the bottom until you find Static Web Hosting. Press Edit, Enable, and here it would ask us for our index document. So this is a must. In our index document would be index.html. And for the error document, we don't have any, so we can leave that blank and then save changes. Next, go to Permissions and enable public access. So right now, we have blocked public access when we created the bucket, and we are going to edit that. Just uncheck this part here and save changes. And then type confirm, click confirm. Next would be to update our bucket policy. Amazon has a documentation for the bucket policy. So this is an example template, and we're just going to copy that and put it in the policy editor. We can delete all of these and then paste the policy for static web hosting. This version number is Amazon's way of determining the versioning for S3. So it's highly recommended not to edit or touch this part. The one thing that we're going to edit is this part here, which asks for the bucket name. So this is the bucket name, and we're just going to copy that. Be careful not to copy our colons. Paste, and then save changes. And that's how you enable a bucket for static web hosting. If we go back to Properties and scroll down, we can see here an HTTP link for our bucket website endpoint. And if we click that, we should be able to see our website locally. This image came from the images folder, and then we have our content there. So now that we have set up S3 and Route 53, on the next video, we are going to talk about CloudFront, which we will use to deliver our content globally, and then AWS Security Hub to monitor the security of our services. I will see you on my next blog.